So, hello everyone. Today we're here with Sergi. Welcome.
Thanks.
He's a PhD. He did a PhD in chemistry from Universidad Autónoma de Barcelona, and now he's running a family bakery. So, thank you for accepting this interview. First, we'd like to start off with a silly question. Our confession is our caffeine addiction. Could you tell us
Yeah.
yours?
Nice question. Caffeine. I think caffeine is my secondary addiction, and I started to consume it during the PhD. So, but maybe the worst coffee because it was from the coffee machine, so it was not really coffee. But my real addiction, I think I'm sure it's are board games. Board games. I love playing with my friends, with my family, and actually with my son. So I'm sure is this one the answer. Yeah.
So, first of all, could you explain a little bit your career in science and what drew you to pursue a PhD in chemistry?
Well, yeah. Science, the primary school, I prefer always number and science subjects such than the others. Yeah, that's easy for me, the option. I like so much to the understanding of our world and all these things. So I think my favorite subjects were biology, physics, chemistry. However, I didn't know what to do my degree or something like that. But at last minute, I decided pure chemistry in the UAB, and I think it was a good choice. I'm happy
You
of that.
enjoyed it.
Yeah, I enjoy. I really be really good with this decision. Yeah. During the years on the degree, yeah, they were wonderful. Yeah, they were really nice, and I finished it with 5 months in doing a Erasmus in Copenhagen.
Oh, nice.
That was really nice, really amazing, and I was there working in a research group, doing investigation in a lab, and that was the best thing that I do during the degree, I think. And when I came back, I continued my research in the UAB, and finally I decided to start the PhD. First, I started in a group, in an experimental group in the lab, but it didn't work out for me. It failed. However, I found a new project. It was in a theoretical group working with computer, trying to understand the mechanism of several reactions, of organic reactions catalyzed by gold complexes in homogeneous. And that was the point. It was really nice, and the PhD was perfect.
Nice.
With the thesis,
And
all the
when
stuff
did you
perfect.
decide that you wanted to change paths and run the family
Yeah.
bakery business?
Yeah, decide any dabs, a lot of dabs, really difficult to say that. I think I wasn't I didn't decide it, so it happens. Simply, yeah. Because when I finish, I continued 5 or 6 months working in the PhD, finishing two papers that we are involved in them. At the same time, I started to help in the bakery, and I started to work more here than in the. Well, I started more here, and at least one day I was only here and not in the university. But really, maybe there are two important things that made me change, no, with two relevant things. The first one is that if I wanted to continue with academic world and research in labs like academic, I had to go out. I had to go another country and all these things. And it was a good moment for me because my mom was sick, very sick, and my girlfriend couldn't come with me. So I think it was the two relevant reasons at the first moment. So finally, now I'm here, so you can see that I changed. I changed for that reasons.
And do you miss anything from the academia lifestyle?
No, not really. So they were wonderful, perfect years. So are really nice. The degree, the PhD, I think it's one of the best part of my life. But actually, I miss a lot of these things because I think well, the problem is that now I'm older and I have more problems in my head than this year. So yeah, but not the real degree.
Yeah. And what's been the biggest challenge transitioning from the science world to the bakery?
Yeah, no, I think in my case the question is really good, but I think the biggest challenge was to make that change, no? So I think it was that because I decided to continue with this job, the familiar job that I knew perfectly, the pros and cons. I, I I knew all. I knew, but it's difficult to imagine all my life here. I started here as a child, helping some days, and continues all my life like my father. I know that it worked, but it was maybe the change is the most difficult. Not the other, because for me the bakery was easy to continue. The first part. The later you know that you must change things and everything, but it works well, so it's fine.
Could you describe a typical day here in the bakery and what's been the most rewarding part of being a baker compared to being a scientist?
Yeah, well, yeah, I think it's completely different for me because here I'm the boss, so it's another kind of work. I mean, during the PhD, you are a student, like a student, and I have a really good directors that make me be very comfortable during the PhD. But a day here, well, like that, I'm the boss, so I have to take care that everything is going well, that we have all that we need, such as, I don't know, all the things here, no? Also, the employers that are happy or take care of them, no? That the situation is going well. And I think this is the worst part for me because I'm not good in that things. On the other side, I always try to, or I like it, and I spend a lot of time in the shop selling our product, be near to the customers, and I think it's the part that I like more. So it's really one of the most interesting parts here, and I like to be near our customer, the history of our shop, and all these things, because I think it's a thing that is losing. But well, here we are a shop in this neighborhood, and I think in this quarter, and I think it's important for me to be that, and all of my family. So it's really nice. I think it's one of the best thing that we have in this work. Yeah.
And another question: has your background in chemistry influenced the way you bake? Do you now approach baking as a scientist?
That's a good question too. Well, there are a lot of different chemical reactions involved in the bread production, so that's a good question. And just one thing, I studied these reactions to finish my high school. So the last project, I don't know the name in English, was about that, to try to understand the reasons of what happened when we change things in the bread productions. So I studied it and I was interested. But today, our efforts are to try to produce the best bread using the traditional way, because I think it's our most valuable feature here, and it's what the customers are looking for. So we use only natural products. So try to put more chemistry in the bread is not so easy for us. But it's true that like the degree or like my idea to understand the world, no, I like so much to try to understand what happens with the bread when something is going bad, if the flour is not so good, or when we have problems, and trying to solve in the best way that we can. So it's useful, all the chemistry that I know. I think, yeah, it's so interesting.
And about your PhD, apart from the knowledge acquired, has it been useful for you in any aspect of your life?
Of course, PhD. Yeah. During the degree, you learn English. You learn chemistry. Sorry, only chemistry. They show you chemistry. Maybe not now for you. It changed. But 20 years ago or 30 years ago, it's only to try to learn like a book, and it's not more. But during the PhD, the thing is completely different. So I don't know, you improve much more than chemistry, such as my professional skills or as human abilities. I said I have a really good directors of the thesis, but I think I learn a lot from the co-workers, researchers. So it's a lot of things. So maybe, I don't know, leadership, because you learn from your bosses, or the perseverance, because it's a thing that only you are doing. So are you doing, and you need to continue, and it's not, a lot of times it's not easy. So it's, you need to be there, and problem solving too. I think that a lot of things that you learn doing the PhD. It's really useful for me, at least. It's completely useful. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
What advice would you give to someone who wants to make a career pivot as yours?
No, that's more difficult. I don't know. Be brave, and do it if you want. If you can and you want, try it. So it's one idea. I think for me it was a little easy that I can't try. That's the point, no? Maybe in other situations are more difficult. The change.
Yeah.
To can do it, no?
Yeah.
But if you want and you can, try it, or you always can come back. I think.
Yeah.
That's the idea when you make the first change. Sometime, no? Later maybe it's difficult. For me, for instance, now sometimes someone asks me that, no, and you know chemistry now you can come back. I think no, I don't. I think that it could be very difficult now to come back.
And as our final question, what advice would you give to your younger self who would be doing the PhD?
First of all, but I think it's normal from a young person, no? Or at least for me, that you have to believe more in yourself. It's difficult, and also doing that, I think another thing important, improve your English as soon as possible, because later it's more difficult to do it when you are doing other things, and later you will need it. But overall, of all of that, I think that, like before, that your decisions are not always so important or critical. So you always have time to change, to always have time to change and change your life and try different ways. So if you want to do a change, do it, and you will see what happens.
Thank you very much.
Oh, you're welcome. I think it was really interesting for me to do this interview.
Thank you.
Thanks.